everybody? It's your boy, Low the Lefty, and you're watching The Open Floor, Unscripted. Listen, we had a very great year last year. A lot of Fight of the Year candidates. I'm not going to go all the way back to the beginning of the year, but I will name some of the highlighted fights, not to slight any other fights that happened, because there were a lot of great fights that took place last year. But Manny Pacquiao versus Keith Thurman, Jermell Charlo versus Tony Harrison, Luado Ortiz 2. We had Gervonta versus Gamboa. You know, not to slight any of the other fights that took place, because there was a lot of exciting fights that took place last year. But those were the highlighted fights of the year of 2019. And now we got that out the way. Let's just speed up a little bit. Right now, what's going on today, you heard a lot of YouTubers talking about, is, Gervonta Tank Davis and Terrence Crawford going back and forth, going at it on Twitter. And my thing is this: I have no issue with two people having a disagreement. I have no issue with someone defending themselves because they're offended by what the other person said. Everybody has a right to their opinion and to express themselves the way they want to. But what I do have an issue with, you have two champions. You got Terrence Crawford, who's at 147 pounds. Then you got Gervonta Tank Davis, who's at 135 pounds, who literally just moved up from 130 pounds to 135 pounds. Okay? Two different divisions, two different weight classes. Both fighters, have enough on their plate at their respective weight classes. Terrence Crawford has bigger and way other issues he needs to deal with at 147. Tank Davis now has bigger things he has to deal with at 135. There's killers at 35. There's killers at 47. You got Lomachenko. You got Tevin Farmer. You got Spence. You got Porter at the 47. You got Danny Garcia. You got Pacquiao. You got a lot of things in their respective weight classes. What am I getting at? What I'm getting at is, I understand they're two adults, but but my thing is, Terrence is older. Terrence is more grounded. Terrence is more experienced. Terrence is a former unified champ at 140 pounds. Okay? Now he's the reigning WBO champ at 147 pounds. Why are you really going back and forth with someone who's not even in your weight class? This is the second time, I believe. They might have gone at it more, but this is the second time that I'm sure of that these two have been having issues and back and forth on Twitter. Now, how would I look at it? I look at it like this. On Terrence's end, I sense a little frustration. One part of me wants to say I sense a little jealousy. Well, jealousy could be mixed in there a little bit, because Terrence is a great fighter. I take nothing from Terrence. I have no issue with Terrence as a fighter. I don't know him as a person, but as a fighter, I have no issues with the guy. The guy puts on great performances. He has all the skills to pay the bills. I know that sounds cliche, but he does. He can fight from southpaw. He can also fight from orthodox. He has the ability to make whatever adjustments necessary. He has good speed, good power, a very, very good boxing ring IQ. At 140 pounds, he's taken down a lot of good names, big names at 140 pounds. He's done great things at 140 pounds. Now, at 147, he wants to do the same thing. And everybody's saying he's very well the guy that can do it, but nobody wants to fight him. Which is going to bring me to my next thing. Well, Porter never said he wanted to fight him. Both of them have both said that we're friends, and we're going to fight. It's going to be something that we're both going to agree on. We're going to step aside and talk to each other, not because of promoters, not because of fans, so on and so forth. Then Kenny Porter turned around and said, well, all Bob Arum needs to do is ring the phone. Call my phone, give us a call, and we can fight. The Porters, at the end of the day, my point is, not saying Terrence is not a fighter, but they are dog fighters. The confidence in that camp, the mental strength in that camp is unbelievable. When your son that you're training, and even Sean Porter as a fighter, when you've taken a loss, even though the Spence fight really could have went either way, The knockdown was the deciding factor, I believe. That could have very well been a draw, or Shawn Porter could have got his hand raised. I wouldn't have been that upset or upset at all about either of those two results. But they did give it to Spence. I'm not upset at that either. It was that close, and it was a classic, potential fight of the year, definitely a fight of the year candidate. But that was a loss. Danny Garcia, he beat Danny, but he lost to Keith Thurman. He lost to Kell Brook. That was some years ago. But Shawn Porter has never lost his dog. He has never lost his drive and his hunger. When he gets in there, he's still stepping in there as if he's undefeated. And that's what makes Shawn Porter dangerous. Because he's very much comfortable and very much aware of his capabilities. What am I saying? I'm saying, is it all about the friendship on Terence Crawford's end? Because Shawn Porter has been tested. He's been tried and true. He's shown all of us that this guy is a fighter through and through. Terence Crawford showed us that in 140 pounds. He says he's willing to show us that in 147 pounds. But if the Porter's saying, just give us our call, just ring our phone, and you're still not really responding and letting the public know, well, hey, you know what? This guy's in my weight class, friendship or not. There's been a lot of friends that have fought throughout time and have given us classics, and we're still friends afterwards. You have people who are just competitors. One person fighting another. Nothing personal. Maybe knew each other before or knew of each other before. But after the fight, the respect factor was so strong, they became best friends. Gotti Ward. Evander Holyfield and Rick Bowe, you know, they became friends. You're in the same weight class. You're fighters. You're champions. Whether you're a former champion or you're a current reigning champion. You're in the same weight class. You have the same goals. There's no way anybody's going to tell me that Shawn Porter is going to be okay with being a journeyman. That he's going to be okay with being a gatekeeper. Or being okay with being the guy that you have to go through in order to get the big fight. He wants to be that big name. He very well could still be the WBC champion. He could be. But he's not. He's dangerous. And when you're looking at it, is that a factor in Terence's head? Is that a fight that's too ugly for him to take on? Am I saying he's scared? No. I'm not going to sit here and disrespect no champion and say that they're scared of another man or another fighter. But the fact that you're friends, you're both fighters, you're both pros, and you're both in the same weight class. Go back down to 140 if you don't want all the smoke, just like you said. You said the PBC fighters, you just, what's up? Timothy Bradley went on this whole rant saying that all the PBC fighters are cowards. They're scared of Terence Crawford. They're ducking Terence Crawford. Put on your big boy pants, you know, and get in there and fight this guy. But when Shawn Porter's name is mentioned, it's like, no. No, you say you want all the smoke. Even Porter, even as your friend, I promise you, you got that gold. He could put that friendship aside. Can you? This is what it is. See, this is my thing. Danny Garcia now is at a point where he says he's ready to fight. All the boogeymen have been exposed. The one that, the Errol Spence, people who are so, like, you're not really mentioning that and making all these other excuses, now they're getting in the ring, hence Danny Garcia on Errol Spence Jr. wanting to fight. I was like, okay, he saw Spence, he saw some holes, he saw the Spence is human. All right, now he wants to fight. He wants to smoke now. He fought Porter before, so I'm pretty sure he has no problem fighting Porter again. But then he said he'll fight Terence Crawford. That was the name that I didn't hear just about none of the PBC fighters mentioning. So what am I saying? If you're going to fight, you're going to be a champion, you're going to tell us you're the best, show us. Give it to us. We want to see it. There's so many big fights out there that we're all thirsting for, that we want to see, that we're willing to spend money, do the pay-per-views, go to sports bars, whatever we want to do, whatever we have to do to see you in action. We just want to see the best fight the best. This your boy Lo the Lefty. I got so many other topics to touch on. middleweight division, heavyweight division. But I'm not going to try to compact all that in this video. But I will tell you this. I will do my best to give you more content. Thank you for watching the Open Floor Unscripted. Like and subscribe. Hit the bell icon to get notifications whenever I'm dropping videos. Until the next time, I'm out.